Hey guys, it's Rod from DBZSHFIGS.com, and today I'm bringing you the review and unboxing of one of S.H.Figuarts Dragon Ball's newest release. It's King Cold. So let me zoom out a little and you'll see how massive this box is and how massive this figure is. You know, usually I have my tripod set up, ready to go, but thanks to this big box, I can't really set it down, right? So without further ado, let's just admire the box we have right here. It's crazy big. I knew it was gonna be big, but I didn't know it was gonna be this big. And just for comparison right here, I have just a regular normal release of the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts. And then you'll be able to see just how massive this is. This is about 2.5 of these wide, and then about like 1.5 tall. And then as for the width, it's probably like one regular size box wide. So yeah, this thing is huge. It's actually bigger. If you have like a Nike shoe box or something, this is bigger than that. So let's take a look at the rest of the box. So here we have the figure, we have the name, we have him in his sitting down on his throne. We have the series it's from. So this one's from Dragon Ball Z. Although he did make an appearance in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, this one is strictly from Dragon Ball Z. And then we have our Tamashii Nation sticker. So let's look around here. Nothing much on this side, just the name. And then the back, we get him all posed up here with Mecha Frieza and his throne and the different ways you could pose him. Comes with the sword as well, but we'll be going over all the accessories later. And then on this side, we have more pictures. And then on top here, we have just a few more pictures. But yeah, this box is huge. So yeah, so just a little background on the figure. It measures a height of 8.6 inches, which makes it one of the biggest figures, although not as big as like a Purunga or a Shenron or a grade 8 Vegeta, but just standalone figures, one of the biggest. And this one released through Premium Bandai for $150 retail, plus shipping plus tax, of course. But yeah, making it one of the most expensive retail-wise figures as well. And it was recently delivered like around end of October, like beginning of November. So yeah, one of the newest figures in the line for sure. But that's pretty much it. No other King Cold figure has ever been released in the line. So yeah, now let's get this guy out of the box. So within the box, we have two different clamshells. So this one includes the figure and the throne. And then this, I believe it's a different part of his cape, right? So yeah, just in case anybody's interested, here's what it looks like in the clamshell. And then the second part of the clamshell is where it comes with the extra accessories like the hands and crossed arms, different head, the sword, the tail, and then the rest of the cape. So yeah. So here is King Cold out of the box in all his glory. This is such a huge figure, and I know I keep saying that, but it honestly caught me a little by surprise how big this figure is. It's kind of crazy. So let's get a closer look at him here. So here, the face that it comes with is like a smirking, I'm better than you face. And then, of course, it comes with his plastic so that the paint doesn't wear off. And here comes the back, has the holes for the cape and as well where you attach his tail. You know, it's just full of detail, to be honest. And I really like the color. I like the golden pins you have here and the armor. You could fold it up. But yeah, really crazy. Let's go over the accessories. So first of all, you get this huge tail. It's huge. Like, I don't think you understand. This is like a Trunks figure, and this tail is like, honestly, like 1 3/4 of this figure. It's crazy. And then we have a different head here, which I'm not sure what the difference is, but must make a difference, right? It's probably to put them in a certain pose. But yeah, it comes with that. Then it comes with his crossed arms, which is always good to have. Comes with this cape right here, as well as this cape right here, and this cape right here. So it's just different ways to pose them. Like, I believe this one is when he has his tail on. That way, you know, the tail goes through. This one is without a tail. And this one's probably just for the throne sitting down pose. And then as for the hands, we have like gripping hands, or like Kamehameha blast hands, even though he doesn't do Kamehameha, but that's what I like to call him. He comes with just regular fist closed hands. And then these look like fist closed hands, but they actually have a hole so that he could hold the sword. So yeah. And then we have, so this hand is for the pose where he's like sitting down on his throne with his hand in his face. And then this one is kind of like a holding something, or like going for a slight handshake hand or something. And then we have 3 alternate faces. First is this screaming, maybe in pain or throwing a ki blast effect. Pretty cool. We have this angry looking, grinning face. Like, oh, you just killed my son. And then we have this another kind of like cocky, smirking face. So yeah, and then lastly, oh no, second to last, we have Trunks' sword. So this one, I know people point this out in the show when it happened, but although it's Trunks' sword, here's the Trunks sword that comes with the Super Saiyan Trunks boy from the future, and it's way bigger. So I know in the show, people are like, how the heck did Sword's trunk get so big? You know? But yeah, as far as how it feels denser than this one. This one I'm able to like fold up. This one, not really. And then lastly is the actual throne itself, which is a really cool piece, honestly. Very needed with the King Cold figure, to be honest, because for such a cool figure, it's funny how he's not even that important of a character. Like, he came out in the beginning of the Android saga to come along with Mecha Frieza and then just to die. And then I believe the only other time we saw him was in the recent Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, where he was just handing over the throne to his son Frieza. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And we've gotten an $150 figure for this. So now we're gonna move on to the review part of the video, since we've gone over everything else. So we're gonna first start with articulation, as always. So we have this huge feet with 3 fingers or toes or whatever you want to call them, and they're able to rotate slightly, not too much, just slightly. And then not a whole lot of movement up and down. This is, oh, actually, yeah, it's a ball peg, so pretty good. Not much up because this part right here stops it from going up, but it's able to go down quite a bit. And of course, able to spin it 360, which is pretty good. And then we move on to the knee. So what it looks like, able to rotate, able to move it up a very good amount, to be honest. Nothing more that you would want from that. And then for the leg, you're able to kick up. And then not too much back because it does have this tail, which like stops it from going back. So this as far back as it goes. So it's pretty limited on how much back you could do. And then of course you're able to move up to the side this much. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the legs. As far as the, let me get rid of this. As far as the waist here, you do hear a lot of clicks, which I don't like. Wait, wow, that's pretty loud. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but you're able to rotate it 360 if you want to. And then able to bend down here at the, it's kind of the ab crunch, but he's able to look down quite a bit. Not a whole lot, but a good enough amount. And then upwards, not really able to crunch up a lot either, you know. And then you're able to rotate if you wanted to up here. But yeah, I'm just hearing a lot of crunching, which I don't like for a $150 figure. And then we'll move over to here. We have the armor pieces, able to move it up. Should be able to take it apart if you wanted to, but I don't know why you would. And then as far as the shoulder, you're able to raise it this high if you move the armor up. And then you're able to go front, back, just a regular joint like you would. Delta raise, and then able to spin the bicep 360. And the elbow, you're able to lock it in this much, but it does hit here with the armor, so be careful not to, you know, get some paint scuffed on his arm. And then you're able to spin the wrist, but because this part is longer down here, it hits the bicep, so you're not able to do a true 360. But I'd say probably like around like 280, 300 degree turn. And then for the hand, full 360, and then you're able to fold it in, fold it out, which actually pretty much perfect hand there. And then moving on to the head piece, you know, it has that piece that we all love, right? The one where you move it back and you're able to see inside the figure. But it does allow, wow, look at this. That does allow him to, his chin could literally touch his chest. It's kind of crazy. I've never seen one that was able to do it so much. Wow. And then he's able to look pretty high up, to be honest. And then the head, if you want to, it's a little constricted. Yeah, it's not really able to turn 360. It like stops because he has so much girth to his neck. But I'm sure if you really, really wanted to, you could. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the figure. The only other thing that has articulation is the tail, but it's exactly what you would expect, you know. Spin here, 360, and then it's a ball peg, so you're able to move it, and then over here, you're able to also do it as well. And yeah. So as far as articulation goes, honestly, it's kind of constricted in some areas, but it is a huge figure, so I can't fault it too much. Plus, it's a character that doesn't really move that much. Most people will have him sitting down in his throne anyways, so I can't give it a 5 for sure, but I'll give it a 4 for what it is. It's gonna be able to do anything you want, and I really like this part right here. He's able to touch his chest with his chin. So yeah, a 4 for articulation. And then we're gonna move over to accuracy. So I'm gonna pop up this picture right here from the series, and you're able to judge yourself what you think. I think they absolutely killed it, and it's an easy 5 for accuracy for me. But please let me know what you think. Maybe you don't agree. Maybe the color's a bit off in your eyes. I don't think so, but yeah. And then next up is price to plastic ratio. So this one is gonna be highly debatable, right? Because this is a really expensive figure. We're talking $150 retail plus shipping plus taxes. So all in all, people are probably paying like $180 for this. But yeah, but considering just at the $150 price tag, you do get this huge figure, right? You get 3 different cape pieces. You get a total of 4 faces. You get a total of 4 pairs of hands. You get an extra headpiece. You get the crossed arm hands. You get the tail. You get the sword, the huge sword. And you get the throne, which is a big chunk of plastic, to be honest. But $150 is $150. So I think this honestly just goes one of 2 ways, and it's up to you. Is any figure worth $150? I don't know, right? Some people are willing to spend $150, $200, $300 on a figure. Some people are not. But I think, honestly, you do get a lot for that $150. So it's nothing that blows my mind away, right? But I think it's a fair value in my opinion. So I'd give it a 4 on price to plastic. Next up, we have scale. So this one is actually one I'm interested in. I'm gonna pop up this picture right here, and you're gonna be able to see. We have Trunks, boy from the future, in his Super Saiyan form here. He's holding his arm like this, right? And then King Cold, he's striking him a little bent down, I'd say, probably like this. And what do you think? I know it's the anime and it's perspective, but let's see, what can we base ourselves off? The top of his hair should reach about the top of his pec. So we have right here, we're using a sword just to compare, and it about reaches the middle to bottom of the pec. So just based on that picture, and I know people are gonna say that, oh, it's just one picture, but to me, he's maybe a little too big compared to the Trunks. I don't know, that's more of a negative on the Trunks than the King Cold, but with these big figures, it's honestly gonna be a tough task to ask Bandai to be able to scale them to everyone. So yeah, I mean, in my opinion, if I were to give points, I mean decimal points, I'd give it like a 4.5, but since I don't, I'd probably give it a 4 on scale, just based on this picture. And then last but not least, we have shelf presence. So this one is probably the easiest 5 I will ever give any figure on shelf presence. It's honestly no comparison. This guy, he's just a crazy looking figure. Crazy. I mean, just look at this compared to Trunks. Crazy looking figure. You know, easy as five for shelf presence. That gives this figure a cumulative score of 4.4 out of 5. So, I mean, I think what drags him down is, you know, the price of plastic, because that's always going to be a debatable thing within the community. You know, $150 is not a small amount of money, but if you're willing to spend it, it's a great figure. The articulation, of course, being such a big figure, it has great articulation, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it is constricted in some areas. And then the scale, this one, maybe if I look at it tomorrow, I'd give it a 5, but today it's a 4 for me, because it's such a big figure that it's going to be hard to scale against every other figure. Like, maybe he scales better with Mecha Frieza, which I don't have in hand right now. But with this Trunks that I do have, I think it was just slightly off. But yeah, 4.4 out of 5. Such a great figure. You know, don't forget to check out my website, DBZSHFIGS.com, where you will find each and every single release of the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts line. Please, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment for more content coming your way. I hope you liked the video I released previously with the news update. Please let me know if that's something you want to continue seeing. But yeah, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Just past the 60 subscriber mark. So I hope to continue growing, to continue providing you with valuable content. I appreciate you. Take care.